Just about ready for our second game on day 3 of the U18 Atlantic Showcase. I'm Scott Squires, and you're watching Bell Alliant TV1's continuing coverage of this event from Acadia University. We're deep in the heart of the Annapolis Valley in Wolfville, as mentioned, Acadia University, and this is Raymond Field, home of Acadia football, Acadia soccer, and Acadia rugby. We've got Nova Scotia U17 boys in the blue with white trim going left to right on your screen, taking on Newfoundland and Labrador under 18 boys in the maroon and black with white going right to left on your screen. Both of these teams just about ready to go here, and we're underway. Nova Scotia won the toss, gets to kick off. And off we go. Newfoundland and Labrador had a 1-1 tie with New Brunswick yesterday, and talking to their coaching staff before the game, while they're not totally disappointed with the draw, they felt they should have had a little better result. They hit a number of crossbars and came close on several occasions, but that's the way the game goes sometimes. They come in here now. Keep an eye on Fambula, number 10. Dangerous player for Newfoundland and Labrador, as is Feli Alonda, number 9. Alonda scored the lone goal for Newfoundland and Labrador in their draw with New Brunswick yesterday. Back on it quickly now. Newfoundland and Labrador controlling here, working it back. Over along the line there, Ethan Allen. Allen fending off the defender, and then Nova Scotia brings over some help, and Nicholas Aquino comes over, and the ball goes out of play. So this should be a good one. Two very good sides here between Nova Scotia and Newfoundland and Labrador. Coach Mike Locke from Nova Scotia has his teams well prepared. And a collision there right around the 50-yard side. And Nova Scotia going down heavily was Sean Henderson for Newfoundland, but he's right back up and looks to be okay. Nick Power getting the start in goal for Newfoundland and Labrador, and Jack Haywood will see action in the second half. And for Nova Scotia, it's Adam Harvey starting off in goal, and Kanan Fells will see action in the second half. So both these coaches going with the 1 half per keeper. Again, in this showcase, all of the coaches doing their best to get as much playing time as they can for their teams and players. A lot of coaches on hand here. A lot of different universities and colleges represented, not only here in attendance at Acadia University, but also watching our broadcast online, Bell Alliant TV1. Comes down there to O'Shea. He was a very key player for Nova Scotia in earlier games, number 9 in blue. Here's a nice ball over now for Enrico Rodriguez. Can Rodriguez settle it? That's the question. He does. A couple of his mates going in now and trying to get it over there. Rodriguez tried to work it over to the middle. Coming in to help out is Aquino, and down is Power. Cleared away. Frantic moments there for Newfoundland and Labrador. Here's Fambula. He clears it up along the line. Back it goes, headed down now. Fambula trying to get to it, but it's intercepted by Rodriguez. Rodriguez chips it in, and it goes well wide of the goal, but some good pressure from Nova Scotia. So early stages here of this first half, and Nova Scotia coming close there as number 5, Enrico Rodriguez, right in the middle of the action for Nova Scotia. So, put back into play. Coach Jerry O'Brien, assistant coach Shane Dunphy, and team manager Gonzo Bennett watching their Newfoundland and Labrador Charges work here. Coming up with it is Dunphy. Ryan Dunphy goes back. And a slip there, taking advantage was Damon Robinson. Here's another chance in now. Close shot there, right through the crease, and I do believe Power just got a little piece of that to send that Nova Scotia chance off wide. But again, another nice run there by Nova Scotia as they look to keep the pressure on Newfoundland and Labrador. This Nova Scotia team also with a tie in their only game. They tied the New Brunswick u18 team 2-2. So both teams looking for their first three-point game here. A couple of 11s come together. Mitchell Barry and Cameron Zinn. And Harvey clears it away. Chance along the line now, headed forward, looking for Fambula, but it's Aquino who gets in there. Coming over was Dunphy taking a look. Dunphy, just a little pass back now, and Newfoundland clears it up. Headed right back, that went over top of Alonda. O'Shea is there now. He was right on the back of Dunphy. Ball pushed forward by Goulding. Goulding, he goes down in a heap there underneath the pressure of Damon Robinson, but he's okay and right back up. Just only 5.5 minutes gone off the clock here in what has been a pretty fast-paced first half so far. Newfoundland and Labrador now will rush that ball up. Put well forward by Brophy. Back there, headed up by Dunphy. And if you ever wanted to hear two classic Newfoundland names, you just heard them there, Dunphy and Brophy. That's about as Newfoundland and Labrador as you'll get in terms of surnames. Of course, my own surname, Squires, that's pretty Newfoundlandish as well. This is the tearing at the heartstring game for myself. Of course, I was born in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, still have family there. But majority of my life has been spent living in Nova Scotia. So I'm never biased when I call a game, but, you know, I'm actually happy if either of these teams win. Newfoundland and Labrador or Nova Scotia. My province of birth and the province that I now call home. Newfoundland now over on that far side. Nova Scotia trying to work the ball up toward the middle. Dunphy comes down with it. Comes over there in the middle. Ooh, trying to get it forward there, just beyond Ethan Allen. Back now to Elonda. Elonda goes back line for Brophy once again. Brophy now will just play it back to Power. Power takes his time, waits for his mates to get set up, goes right up the middle, finds Dunphy. Played it over now for Brophy. So a bit of a cautious start here for Newfoundland and Labrador. Just taking their time, very methodical. Far side, ball well up ahead, and that's going to go out of play. And it'll be a throw-in for Team Nova Scotia. Second game here on this Saturday. The skies, well, I wouldn't say they've cleared, but certainly the rain and a bit of the mist that was hanging around earlier has cleared away, and much more pleasant conditions for the players on the pitch right now as things are drying out just a little bit. To the back line, that was headed down by Lewis Dye. Comes over now for Aquino. Aquino worked it up for O'Shea. O'Shea works it back. Gets it up there off the toe of Alarby. And now it's Newfoundland again. Elonda, nice ball forward there, headed away at the back line as Sethi cleared it away. Newfoundland getting it up again now. This is Bennett. Riley Bennett moved it forward, trying to get into the middle. Whoever it is now, over for Fambula. Tries to work into the middle. Give and go. Fambula has it in close. He shoots just wide of the post. Nice give and go there as Fambula took the return pass from Mitchell Barry and almost found the range. And again, keep your eye on 9 and 10 in maroon. Elonda and Fambula. Actually, mentioned it the other day when I called their game, but a couple of years ago I was calling a tournament, an Atlantic tournament, U15, U14 in Moncton, and those same two gentlemen, Ilonda and Fambula, were part of that team, and another gentleman who actually is now playing for the NASL in Ottawa, Emmanuel Dolo, was also on that team, and those were three incredibly dynamic players, and Fambula and Ilonda continue to sparkle for Newfoundland and Labrador, no question. Up to the middle now, headed down. O'Shea reached for it. He got it past Ilonda, but Ilonda had to go to Fambula, who moved it forward. Back line now, Newfoundland calmly heads it forward. Both these teams like a couple of heavyweights feeling each other out. A little jab here, a little jab there, but no knockout punch thrown yet. Here comes Rodriguez. Rodriguez tries to work around Ethan Allen. Good 1v1 battle there. And the ball will end up going to possession of Newfoundland and Labrador, so a good matchup there. Expect to see a lot of very good 1v1 battles in this game. Some very talented players on both sides of the pitch here. Power gets that one up ahead, goes over the head of Ilonda, headed down there. There's Rodriguez. He got ahead to it. Ball down to the carpet now. Harvey shoved his man hard from behind, but Fambula continues to work ahead. Up to Ilonda. He couldn't reach it, and Nova Scotia turns it back. Rodriguez into the middle. Turned over there. Newfoundland back the other way. Good charge from behind there by Blake Fenton. No whistle. Play carries on. Here comes Nova Scotia. This is Fenton. Up on the right side for Robinson. Damon Robinson stops, chips it over into the middle. Only a Newfoundland head there. And then it comes down to Fambula, who smartly heads it up ahead. Nova Scotia will push the pace again. Ball through there, blocked down. Good pace to this one. Back and forth we go. Robinson gets knocked down there. Newfoundland takes the ball and they'll run with it. Long lead pass. Trying to find Mitchell Barry going up the wing. That didn't connect. Comes to Barry anyway. Mitchell Barry goes back now. Newfoundland and Labrador trying to work it into the middle. This is Ilonda. Little backline pass now, and it's Ethan Allen. Allen has Fambula calling for it. Fambula takes it in deep. Can he cross it over? Tries to, but it was blocked down there nicely by the back line of Nova Scotia. Good job there by Cameron Zinn to stop that attempt cross from Fambula. 12 minutes already gone by here. It's been a very quick pace to this one. And you'd expect that actually two very well coached and talented sides here. Here comes in the corner now from Fambula. Curls it out toward the center. Headed down, and coming over to grab that was Adam Harvey, and he'll hang on. Both teams have had some good runs here in the early stages of this half. Up ahead once again now to Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to put it up there, letting Robinson run onto it, but he was interfered with. Again, just a nice crowd on hand here. The bleachers directly below our camera position here. But a nice crowd on hand, and again, you know, a lot of coaches on hand, a lot of university and college personnel. Of course, family and friends of the players, and just fans of soccer in general. So, nice crowd at Raymond Field. Of course, a very big weekend for universities around Atlantic Canada. Here's O'Shea now. Goes right into that two-man wall from Newfoundland and Labrador, and it's Fambula with the bicycle kick to clear it away. I thought about doing that one time, but I didn't have enough insurance coverage to do it. But nice play there is Fambula. Typically, you'd expect to see a bicycle kick in close to the opposition goal, but he used it there just to clear the ball out of his own end. Please join myself and Cyril Lunny each Monday morning at 8:40 a.m. as we chat on the Sideline Scoop. Get up to date on Bell Line TV1's local sports coverage with Cyril and myself. That's Sideline Scoop, Mondays at 8:40 a.m. on CTV Morning Atlantic. Ball down the line. There's Elonda. Surveys things. Goes to the back line now. Picked up there by Brophy. Brophy lofts it forward, and there's Fambula. Couldn't connect with him, though. And the ball goes out of bounds. Send out a tweet. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for today. Use the hashtag TV1. Always nice to hear from folks that are watching our worldwide webcast. Again, back line for Brophy. Brophy hammers it over on that far side now for David Goulding. Goulding, he gets challenged there a little bit, but moves that ball forward. And it'll go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Team Nova Scotia. Mentioned the Emmanuel Dolo earlier, and if you were not watching the broadcast the other day, I'll mention it again. It's kind of neat. Two players that were part of this Newfoundland and Labrador U18 side, the gentleman I mentioned before, Emmanuel Dolo, as well as Mitchell O'Brien, Coach Jerry O'Brien's son, were both recruited and are up in Ottawa as part of the Ottawa Fury, playing in the North American Soccer League. So very cool that two former members of this Newfoundland and Labrador U18 side now playing professionally up in Ottawa. Far side there, Goulding tries to get around his man and takes a shove. Blake Fenton puts a little bit of a physical move onto Goulding there. That's the thing, you know, a lot of times you'll hear people that aren't really familiar with the game of football or soccer, as it's known in North America, say that it's not a physical game. It actually is a very physical game. You know, there's a lot of things, as long as the tackles or physical challenges for the ball are within the rules, the referee will let them play. And the head referee for this particular game is Neil McIntyre. He's the man in the middle with the whistle. And, of course, the official time. But, you know, it's a physical game. You know, you see players running down, you know, shoulder to shoulder, jostling with one another. There's good physical tackles. And it is a very physical game. It's a very demanding game. You've got to be in shape to play this game. Running up and down for, well, in this particular case, 80 minutes because they're 40-minute halves. It's no joke. Trying to find Fambula there. You know that Newfoundland and Labrador are trying to get Fambula in the clear any time that they see the chance. Over on this now side for Ethan Allen. Fambula with the little side kick. Thought he might be able to spring Allen up the sideline, but that didn't work. It'll be a throw-in now for Nova Scotia. Jackson Harvey hops over his own bench, throws it in there for Aquino, and I don't think that Harvey was expecting the return pass. It goes out. Fambula will throw it in now. Tried to find Barry. So both teams trying to use a little quick pace here to catch the other off guard with about 22 and a half minutes left on the clock here. Throw in from Allen. He got it to Barry. Barry tried to step around his man, and it's cleared out of play and bounces down. Another ball will get thrown in there. Allen to throw in for Newfoundland. Gets it to Fambula. Fambula tried to take it off the chest. Nice fancy footwork there, but he does step out. Pardon me, and turns it over now. Nova Scotia will throw in. Still no score here, 0-0 early on. Fambula stops it right at the line and then gets challenged by Jackson Harvey, and it goes out of bounds again. So Ethan Allen will once again throw in for Newfoundland and Labrador. Quick throw in for Allen. Gets it to Fambula, or Elonda, sorry. Elonda tight ropes the line, being watched closely there. Now it's Brophy. Griffin Brophy puts that long ball through the middle. Looked to be a set play there. his Newfoundland mate couldn't run onto it, but you could definitely see that that was a set play that they were looking to run up the middle. Throw in now for Newfoundland. Ball in play. Down on that far side over there was Mitchell Barry looking for it for the young lads from the Rock. So a bit of a slow down in play here as it's gone out of bounds the last few sequences. Ball thrown in, work back toward the middle. Dunphy goes back line. Newfoundland will look to run it up now. Crossing it back in there was Brophy, went past Elonda, and now O'Shea. Almost got it by one defender. The second stopped him, Aquino. Tips it down, and now Elonda will run it on the far side for Newfoundland. Over on that far side now, they'll look to work it ahead. Nova Scotia picks it off, and they'll bring it up themselves. Nice little through ball there. Aquino looking for Rodriguez up ahead, couldn't connect with him. And now Newfoundland turn it back the other way. Play. Getting up close to midfield here. Now it's crossed over into the Nova Scotia side. Trying to get that ball up ahead, but only finding a Nova Scotia player. And it was Cameron Zinn who deflected that out of bounds for the young men in Scotia Blue. The Nova Scotia provincial flag, one of my favorites. It's just an absolutely beautiful flag. Love it. Always makes you feel kind of nice when you see it flying high above a building or at any flagpole anywhere, but do love that Nova Scotia flag. It's in! Goal! Scramble in front! Newfoundland and Labrador, quick strike as the ball came in, and it didn't appear to be that dangerous of a play, but it was jammed home, and Newfoundland and Labrador gets on the board first. Believe it was Riley Bennett who was able to cash that in from the scramble in front. So Newfoundland and Labrador on the board. Maybe they didn't like me talking about the Nova Scotia flag, because all of a sudden, off what seemed to be just kind of a casual play in front, the ball was jammed in behind Adam Harvey, and Newfoundland and Labrador with the 1-0 lead. So that goal coming in the 21st minute, and again, I believe it was Riley Bennett who was able to get that goal. So Nova Scotia with work to do. Long shot in there as Zinn let it go from about 40 yards. Why not take a crack on goal? Long fly ball handled by the center fielder, Nick Power. Power rolls it off now to Brophy. So that goal certainly got a big eruption from the Newfoundland and Labrador faithful in attendance here. And I'm sure wherever the Newfoundland and Labrador fans are watching all across the world on the webcast, we're erupting in celebration. Ball over on that left side now. Nova Scotia looking to counter here and equalize. Trying to force him to the outside. Tip down. Aquino tries to get a quick shot away and got blocked down just at the last minute. Nick Aquino looking to get a shot on goal there, but it was deflected just off to the side. So Nick Power will put it back in play again. So 1-0. Newfoundland and Labrador with the lead here. Power making sure that he's got his mates up front exactly where he needs them to be. And tackle from behind. Plays whistle down. It'll be a free kick for Nova Scotia. They take it quickly, trying to catch Newfoundland off guard. Goulding put it right back up the other way, and now lead ball up there for Barry. Barry looking to get ahead. Busting up the middle there was Elonda. He was calling for it, but they couldn't get it to him. Nova Scotia shuts things down, and they'll let that roll out. And it'll be a goal kick for Adam Harvey. Harvey gets ready to put this up toward midfield. Comes down to Elonda, who gets it forward to Fambula. Here's Fambula now, going right up the middle. Gets stopped there. Nova Scotia does a good job of bottling him up. Alarbi now gets it forward. Reaching in there was Robinson, but it was picked off by the Newfoundland player. And he took a hit there just below the shin, it looks like, on the left leg, but he's up. Looks to be okay. That was Griffin Brophy. So a hard tackle there. So the free kick awarded, and it'll be taken by, it looks like Riley Bennett. Try to curl it in quickly. Blocked down there, and Nova Scotia will look to clear. Getting it up ahead there was Robinson. Robinson staying with it now. He's got Rodriguez with him. Trying to find Rodriguez, but it's stopped there by Bennett. Worked up along the line, stopped there by Blake Fenton. Fenton to Alarbi. Alarbi hooks it over on this near side. Comes down, finding Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets it off there for Harvey. Harvey into the middle, and it's blocked away. Ball high in the air. A couple of people reaching for it. Rodriguez is there, and he put a foot on it and put it just wide. "14 minutes left to play here in this half." Brophy goes back to his keeper and gets it right back. This is Griffin Brophy. Brophy working up with it. Gets it up there for Ethan Allen. Allen from Corner Brook in Newfoundland and Labrador now to Elonda. Elonda gets it over in the middle. Left-hand shot there. Takes a one hop, and Harvey hangs on, but a nice attempt on goal there. And Harvey makes the save. 1-0 your score here. Newfoundland and Labrador leading. Alarbi gets it over now for Aquino. Aquino moves it up. Alarbi goes far side with it, gets it right back. Alarbi now back over to Aquino. Nick Aquino lost the handle on it there, and here comes Elonda. Elonda, little ball through, chance there. Trying to chip it up there was Barry. So a nice play there. As you could see, Elonda was trying to spring Mitchell Barry through, and it almost connected. Coming in with it now, once again, Fambula stops, and I think he may have been trying to take a shot toward that upper far corner, but didn't strike the ball the way he wanted to, and it goes well wide. A couple of balls get thrown into play there. Well, Adam Harvey's got to go over and grab one. Toss it in behind. It's been an entertaining half, to say the least. Harvey with the goal kick. Up toward midfield, headed up even further ahead there by Nick Aquino. Alarbi now over on that far side, gets it forward. Trying to get into the middle for Aquino. They couldn't find him. Turning with it is O'Shea. O'Shea got taken off the ball. Newfoundland right back the other way. Elonda takes that on the foot and spins around nicely to try to get control, but it was taken away, and Alarbi moves it back the other way. O'Shea, nice little touch pass there for Aquino. Aquino gets it forward. Nice chance there, and a big save as Robinson was right in on top of Power, and Power denies. The fans appreciate that, and Newfoundland right back the other way. So a great chance there, and Power equal to the task. big save for Nick Power here, keeping this a 1-0 lead for Newfoundland and Labrador. Bell Alliant TV1 is proud to be the official broadcaster for the 2016 U18 Atlantic Showcase. Brought to you live from Raymond Field on the campus of Acadia University in Wolfville, Nova Scotia. Bell Alliant, there's more to love with fiber optic. Adam Harvey sends that one well into the Wolfville sky. Comes down, a couple of players challenge for it, chipped ahead. Here's Yolanda. Yolanda, long ball over on that far side now as Newfoundland looks to advance it up deep into Nova Scotia zone. Newfoundland works it over into the middle. Little touch there from Barry. Trying to get something toward goal with Sean Henderson, but he couldn't get good foot to ball. And it'll go out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick now for Newfoundland and Labrador. So the two teams will get set up here in position and await this corner. Just the one goal so far. And again, I'm giving credit to Riley Bennett, but we don't have anybody giving us official word on goal scorers, or there's no announcement made here in-house at field level. So sometimes when there's a crowd in front and you see several players kicking for it, you have to make your most educated guess. And I do believe it was Riley Bennett, but I will confirm at the half. Larby watches that corner kick. Bounce out of bounds. And now it'll be possession and a goal kick for Nova Scotia as the two teams make their way back toward midfield. A lot of kids in attendance here. Nice to see. I saw one young man earlier, had one of the big giant foam fingers. Those are always fun. Kids love those. Ball pushed forward. Nova Scotia looking to advance it now. They'll set things up, playing that quick pass possession game. Nice ball through there for O'Shea. Going down the left side, heading toward the middle is Robinson. O'Shea works around his man. O'Shea again. Gets it back now. Will Okino take a shot towards goal? He does, and it goes right into the hands of Nick Power. But a nice setup there as they were able to get Okino set for an open shot, and he put that right on goal. But Nick Power, right place, right time, makes the save. Beautiful ball forward there from Power as he launched that almost the full length of the field. And that one will bounce out of bounds and will be a throw-in for Ethan Allen. Allen gets it in quickly. Brophy will take a look. Chips it up ahead, seeing if Fambula could get there. But Nova Scotia now will grab it and come right back the other way. Larby, back line. Over near side now, Harvey. Harvey up for Rodriguez. Rodriguez down the line. Harvey will pressure. Brophy gets there first, up for Allen. Allen, watched there by Rodriguez, and Rodriguez forces it out. Allen once again to throw in, wastes no time, getting it right back in there for Dunphy. Dunphy loses it. O'Shea tries to chip it past Allen. O'Shea again tried to chip it past two defenders. Aquino comes up now to help out. Into O'Shea, he gets turned aside, and Dunphy just clears it away. Blocked down by Larby. Over here near side for Rodriguez. Rodriguez tight ropes right along there. Allen turns his back. It goes off his back heel, and it's cleared up and back into Nova Scotia territory. Making a run over on that far side is Graham Welsh. And it goes out, and it'll be a throw-in for Newfoundland and Labrador. They waste no time getting it in. Chipped up ahead. Ilonda was reaching for it, and Zinn came flying like a superhero to head that ball out of harm's way. Aquino. Nick Aquino. Little touch ahead. Nova Scotia with pace. Up for Robinson. Robinson tried to get it back to the middle for Fenton, and that was blocked down. 6 minutes to go in the half. Nova Scotia. Quick little kick in. Trying to get it in toward goal, and it's deflected out by the back line of Newfoundland and Labrador. Entertaining half here between these two teams, Newfoundland and Labrador, continuing to lead 1-0. They scored their goal back in the 21st minute, and it has stood up to this point. Although I would not at all be surprised if we see these teams hit the score sheet a couple more times before this one is said and done. Corner kick now for Team Nova Scotia. Curled right in. Aquino went up to get it. Zinn was there as well, but it goes past both of those Nova Scotia players and comes down. And Zinn tried to keep it in, but it goes out. And Newfoundland now, Ethan Allen, will throw in again. Decides to go back there for Brophy. Brophy was all the way across the field, and that went off of Parker Doyle and out. So possession will go back to Nova Scotia. They'll have a throw in on the Newfoundland side of the pitch. Four and a half minutes left on the clock here in this half. Of course, we will certainly probably have a little added time from referee McIntyre. Rodriguez now busts up and just had that cleared away. Rodriguez looked to possibly be able to come in there and get a shot from about 15 yards, but it was cleared away just at the last minute. Harvey for Rodriguez. Rodriguez lifts that high into the air, well over to the other side. Knocked down. And a good challenge on that far side. But Nova Scotia will get a throw in now, and they take it quickly. Trying to work that ball to deep. O'Shea hanging around the front, but it's Dunphy who clears it away. And it goes out of bounds. And again, Nova Scotia will have a throw in. 3:43 and counting here. Just about set to get the ball back in play. That new ball brought in from the sideline. Nova Scotia throw in, and Alarbi will take it off the chest and bring it down to the carpet. He goes back line there to Zinn. Zinn, ball forward there. O'Shea heads it in. Alarbi once again goes back to Welsh. Welsh goes along the carpet there into the middle. Ball curled forward. Rodriguez thought about breaking up the middle. Couldn't get it to him. Back to midfield once again. Over there was Henderson. He broke that up. Play now in between the two 40-yard markers here the last few minutes. Inside the last 3 minutes here, 2:45 left to be exact on the game clock. Still may have added time put in by McIntyre. We'll wait and see. Long ball curled in. There, racing in to get the head on it was Jackson Harvey. So a nice long cross. Harvey came into that ball nicely, got the header on goal, but easily handled by Nick Power. Up ahead now, Sethi gets it to Alarbi. Alarbi just a little header. Back toward midfield. Pushed forward once again by Newfoundland. Zinn gets it out. Newfoundland blocking it down. Fambula made to go a break for it, but slipped. Ethan Allen steps up though and picks it off. Here's Ethan Allen being watched closely there by Rodriguez. Ball chipped high into the air. Comes down there. Ilonda tried to get a break. That's Rodriguez. Rodriguez nicely by Fambula. Here comes Rodriguez down the right side. He's got Robinson in the middle. Ilonda and Fambula now come over. Fambula makes the big tackle, gets all ball, play carries on. And stepping in there is Harvey. What a sequence that was. Good action there as Rodriguez for Nova Scotia was challenged by both Ilonda and Fambula. And a very aggressive tackle from Ilonda. He got all ball, got up, headed the other way, and then Harvey came in to help out. Good action there. Harvey, soft touch pass up. Allen had it blocked down by Aquino, and Aquino got the spikes up a little high there, and the play whistled down. Last minute of regulation. And Newfoundland will regroup here. Brophy goes back to Nick Power. Power, far side. Watching there was Robinson for Nova Scotia. And now we come over on this near side. Brophy once again. He sees Allen up the line. Decides to go over to Ilonda. Instead, Ilonda steps away from Aquino. Aquino right in his back pocket, but Ilonda dumps it back there for Dunphy. Dunphy steps through two defenders, gets it back to Ilonda. Ilonda now trying to get Ethan Allen down that left side. Allen up ahead there for Barry. Barry trying to get around Zinn. And the play whistled down. But a good sequence there again. Newfoundland and Labrador pushed it down into the Nova Scotia zone. But it's turned over. Last few seconds here. We'll wait and see how much added time we have. Harvey gets it up. Comes over on this near side for Harvey. 2 minutes of added time. 2 minutes. So we'll play into extra time here. Here's a nice ball forward. Can Nova Scotia capitalize? Spinning with it was Fenton. Heading toward the middle was Robinson, but it ends up going into the waiting arms of Nick Power, and he'll just settle it down and talk to his mates. And we'll get that ball back into play. Downfield it goes, headed up there by Harvey. Here's a Larrabee. Little touch over for Rodriguez. And offside, Rodriguez just in behind the the Newfoundland line as that ball was sent forward. Just a matter of inches there, that was offside. But the flag went up right away on the line. Power now to put this into play again. Comes now to Rodriguez. He tried to go up the middle, blocked down. Newfoundland will turn it the other way. Ilonda. I'm sure he spots Fambula. Tries to get him. Fambula has to stop to accept that pass. Fambula. He's got Barry heading toward the middle. Ends up chipping it back, and Nova Scotia will turn it the other way. We are at added time here. Larrabee up ahead. Little touch pass back to Larrabee. Larrabee challenge there. Dunphy working on him. A couple of players get ahead on him. It comes down, possession to Newfoundland. Along the line they come. Ryan Dunphy trying to work it ahead. Comes back to Ethan Allen. Dunphy once again. Ilonda now. Nice little chip over. Give and go. Here's Ilonda. He's got Barry heading toward the middle. Ilonda puts it on goal! And it just goes over top of the soccer crossbar. Hits the football crossbar just as the whistle sounds. So a very entertaining half of football between Nova Scotia and Newfoundland and Labrador. And only one goal to speak of, and it belongs to the gentleman from Newfoundland. So we'll step aside. You're watching live and exclusive coverage of the U18 Atlantic Showcase presented by Bell Aliant TV1. Hope you're enjoying the webcast. Newfoundland leading Nova Scotia 1-0. We'll step aside. Second half action right around the corner. Second half action just seconds away. And a correction on that Newfoundland and Labrador goal, scored by Griffin Brophy. So it was number 4, not 6. So Griffin Brophy gets the goal for Newfoundland and Labrador in that first half. So we get ready for the second half here. Newfoundland and Labrador now will be going left to right on your screen, and Nova Scotia will be going right to left. Some wholesale changes getting ready to come in here once we get underway. Goaltending changes for both teams. Jack Haywood will now be in goal for Newfoundland and Labrador, and Keenan Fells, will be the keeper for Nova Scotia. So both teams getting everybody in position here, just about ready to go. And if the second half is as entertaining as the first half, we're in for a treat here. Two good teams, Nova Scotia, coached by Mike Locke, Newfoundland and Labrador, coached by Jerry O'Brien, and they certainly brought their A game in that first half. So second half action underway, and we'll see what adjustments, if any, that both of these teams have made. Here's a nice run now for Fenton. Fenton takes it deep, tries to get it out in front. Nobody in a blue shirt there. O'Shea was close, tries to get a foot on it. O'Shea again with the shoulder. So a nice run there as Fenton started it all off for Nova Scotia. And then O'Shea had a couple of looks. This one high into the air. Knocked down. Nova Scotia again in looking around. Jordan Robbins now into the game for Newfoundland. 13 in maroon. Robbins gets it up ahead over on this near side. Henderson tried to reach in for it. Robbins heads it up towards Ilonda. Comes down to Jack Kennedy. Nova Scotia now looking to work it in again. In toward the middle. Fambula got a foot on that. And then it's a Larby. Quick free kick here now for Nova Scotia. Chipped over there. Knocked down by Fenton. Fenton takes it over. Spins away from his man. Robbins couldn't catch up to him. Here's Fenton now taking right into the middle. And dodging in there was Welsh trying to get a foot on it. So that's a couple of nice runs here from Nova Scotia in the first couple of minutes of this half. So I'm not sure what adjustments Coach Mike Locke made with his team at halftime, but Nova Scotia has come out quite aggressive here in this second half and have already had a couple of balls crossed in front of the goal where Jack Haywood has had to be on his toes here early on for Newfoundland and Labrador. There you see them again pressuring. Haywood gets it up quickly. Over on this near side now for Robbins. Robbins gets it past Fenton, went through the legs of England. As now we've gone from the beginning of the day where we had a heavy mist in the air, rain, cloud cover, to a situation where the cloud is breaking up and things are drying up, and we're seeing pretty big patches of blue, sunny skies. It'll be a little bit hotter out there on the pitch now for these two teams. Also make it a little more tricky for Chuck Calder, our camera operator, having to deal with all those different light conditions, especially when you get the sun ducking in and out from behind the clouds. But Chuck's as pro as they come, so no worries there. Ball down now for Bennett. He stops it. And Newfoundland will look to bring it up. Now a couple of players come together. It's Robbins for Newfoundland and Labrador. Robbins just gets that ball over for Dunphy. Dunphy gets it taken away. Hooper tried to work with it. Goes back to Fenton. Fenton, the 2-8s come together, and Henderson and Fenton both scrambling for it. And with Fenton on the ground, Newfoundland and Labrador win that particular battle. And it'll be Jordan Robbins once again. Robbins goes right into the middle, over the head of Ilonda. Back there for Bennett. Ilonda and Fambula doing hard work as they usually do up front for Newfoundland and Labrador. Over on that far side now, Ilonda has it again. Newfoundland playing that little pass possession game here. Fambula goes to the legs of one defender, but it's turned back around. And Nova Scotia now will look to stretch things out and get it down into the Newfoundland zone. Tyrone Munyon was over there looking for it, but it goes out of bounds. Second game of the day here. Our next game is scheduled for 4 p.m. Atlantic time. It'll be girls action. And it'll be Newfoundland and Labrador U18 team taking on one of the club team reps from Soccer Nova Scotia. A couple of players got their legs tangled up over on that far side. And that breeze that was pretty much non-existent early on when it was misty and rainy has returned. Not a terrible breeze, but still one now has made its presence felt here. Fenton tried to backheel it, taken away by Henderson. Fenton challenged him from behind, but Henderson carries on. Here's Henderson now. Sean Henderson tries to work through 3 blue sweaters, can't get by them, but Robbins comes back to pick it up. Tried to go cross field, picked off there by Hooper. Long ball forward, trying to catch up to his Alex England. England looks to get it over into the middle. Trying to catch up to it there and get a shot was Hooper. and he just got it tangled in his feet, and he was up too tight into the goal to really be able to settle it and get a good shot on goal. He had the chance, the net was there, but just a little too tight, a little too deep, and couldn't get the chance that he wanted. And we stay 1-0. Ball in toward midfield. Up ahead, nice ball indeed. Up ahead now for Henderson. Henderson watches it. Oh, takes a little nudge there into Fells. This one, sky high, crosses midfield and down in the Newfoundland territory. Comes down to O'Shea. O'Shea, back line now for Sethi. Arjun Sethi, up ahead looking for Fenton. Comes down to England. England chipped it up there, but Newfoundland turned it back the other way. Yolanda, up ahead, and here comes Barry. Barry, on it once again, Yolanda. Jabs it forward now for Fambula. Fambula looks to go around one man. Yolanda's with him. Fambula looking to go into the middle there where Barry was dashing toward the goal. Newfoundland and Labrador with some pressure here. Nova Scotia. Alarby does a good job of corralling that ball, and then they're able to get it forward. Up now for Fenton. Fenton gets by Robbins, and he doesn't actually, as Robbins just gets a foot on it and clears it out of bounds. England inbounds it quickly. Alarby. Back line now once again for Sethi. Giving chase is Barry for Newfoundland. Far side now into Newfoundland territory. Making a run deep down into the corner. Just keeping it in now. Reaching for it is Hooper. Hooper turns with it. Long chance coming in. No problem there as Jack Haywood comes out of his goal to grab that cross. And he'll watch everybody head upfield, and we'll roll it over to that left side. Dunphy goes back to Haywood. Haywood lofts that ball forward. Robbins tried to go along the line there. Couldn't make the connection as Alex England came in to break that up. Robbins throws it in now. Yolanda puts his back to the defender. Chips it over along for Henderson. Nova Scotia back onto it. And here's a through ball now. Can Kennedy catch up? He can't, as Goulding gets there first, and then Haywood pounds it down the field. Over there was Hawley. He couldn't catch up to it. Hawley goes down, back up. O'Shea spins with it. Turns away now from Hawley and goes back line once again. Sethi gently up to Alarby. He goes over to England right at that sideline there. Challenged by Henderson. Henderson now has Alarby after him. Heading towards the middle is Yolanda. And he gets pulled down, and a free kick coming here after that aggressive tackle. So that's going to be just outside the 20-yard mark. So dangerous zone here for a free kick, and it'll be taken by Sean Henderson, who made a nice run. So set up now. Keenan Fells ready in the Nova Scotia goal. Two-man wall there just in front of the Newfoundland player Henderson. Henderson just off the wall, trying to get a chip in there. It's on goal. A pretty good attempt there from Newfoundland and Labrador, but they couldn't get a real clean look. And Fells makes the save and now clears it away. Ball out of bounds once again. 10 minutes gone by in this half. Throw in coming here from Alex England. England lobs it up. Robbins gets a hit on it and puts it right out of bounds, and we'll do it again. A little bit of an advancement up the field. England, once again, goes in. Ball bounces down and out again, and this time it'll be a throw-in for Newfoundland and Labrador. Henderson will drop it now and allow Robbins. Jordan Robbins now to throw in for Newfoundland and Labrador. Nice work there by Yolanda, but Yolanda runs into too much Nova Scotia traffic, and Nova Scotia gets that ball back. And again, Yolanda straight into Fenton. Pardon me. And now the referee has the yellow card out, and he's showing that card to Blake Fenton. So Fenton gets booked there after the challenge was made in on Feli Yolanda, and I don't think the Nova Scotia crowd agrees with the booking from head ref Neil McIntyre. However, it is Blake Fenton gets booked with the yellow card, and a free kick for Newfoundland and Labrador. Thomas Osmond will line it up. He goes over into midfield, controlled there by Goulding. He goes far side. Fambula trying to catch up to it, trying to chip it around the defender, and it's just sent out of play. "27 minutes, 35 seconds left on the clock in this second half. 1-0 the score. The only goal in this contest scored in the 21st minute, and it was scored by Griffin Brophy on behalf of Newfoundland and Labrador. And that throw-in was knocked down by Fambula, but again, play whistled down as Fambula got a hand on that. So it'll be free kick now, and they're going to let the goaltender now. They go back to him, and they reset. Zinn stops, starts, now goes forward with it. Over there for Kennedy. Kennedy goes back into the middle. Now it's on the near side for England. Alex England loses the handle for a moment, and then coming over is Henderson to challenge. Throw in once again. Alarby decides to head upfield himself, and aggressive tackle coming there from Paul Hawley. So free kick for Alarby and Nova Scotia. So from about 45 yards out, Alarby set. No, didn't get it quite the way he wanted, so he'll reset. Ball high, doesn't really get much curl on it. Comes down, Yolanda is there for Newfoundland. Zinn in his back pocket, and again, play whistled down. And the flow has kind of slowed here a little in this second half. Just about 15 minutes have come off the clock in half number 2. Working with that ball is Dunphy now. And again, Newfoundland works it back. Dunphy gets it again. Dunphy comes over now for Robbins. Robbins works it up the field. Up ahead there is Henderson. Back for Robbins. Robbins decides to take a shot on goal. Not a bad idea as he floated it in there, and Fells had to be sharp, and he'll hold on. But good idea from Robbins to put it on goal from distance there. Long ball ahead. Comes down again to Robbins, goes off the side of his foot, and it comes down to Fenton. Fenton gets it back now, lead pass from England. Fenton challenged there by Dunphy, and it's Robbins who will now come away with it. Robbins goes over to Yolanda. Yolanda got all tangled up with Alarby. Back now, Robbins. Robbins challenged there by the Nova Scotia defender, England, and it goes out of bounds. So both teams right now kind of stuck in the mud in terms of trying to get anything offensively going. Newfoundland and Labrador have the ball. Nova Scotia tightens up and stops the progression. And then Nova Scotia has the ball. Newfoundland and Labrador does the same thing. So we'll see who can kind of regroup here and reset offensively. Both teams trying to execute that possession game. So far in this half, not many outstanding scoring chances. That ball comes down to Goulding. Headed forward by Fambula to Ilanda. Ilanda tried to find Henderson, but it was broken up. Newfoundland and Labrador with that ball once again. Far side, Fambula. Being watched closely, Fambula tries to work it into the middle. And it's cleared well out of bounds. Nova Scotia get control, trying to get it past the Newfoundland line here. Newfoundland will just tuck it back in and move forward once again. Here's Hawley. Can he get a shot on goal? Hawley gets turned around there as Sethi challenged him. Hawley looked to be a little more open than perhaps he was, but a good job as the distance was closed quickly by the back end of Nova Scotia. Ball back in play. Reaching for it there was Dunphy. He couldn't get to it. Nova Scotia control once again. Goes back to the keeper, Fells. Fells goes over for Zinn. Cameron Zinn. Up ahead there for O'Shea. Over now for Harvey. Harvey, lead pass there, trying to sneak it in. Couldn't quite connect with Munyon. But a little further advancement down the field for Nova Scotia. Substitution coming in now for Canada's Ocean Playground. Nick Aquino back into the game, and Ayub Alarbi will take a breather. So Aquino in, Alarbi out. And Aquino was very effective early in the first half for Nova Scotia. We'll see what he's got to offer up here as he comes into the game with about 21 and a half minutes left on the clock. Over towards middle, Aquino tries to push it through there. Tried to get Munyon free. Munyon tries to get it back out toward the front, and again you see Aquino right away making his presence felt with a nice little through ball there, making the connection with Tyrone Munyon. Jack Haywood will take this goal kick for Newfoundland. Remind you that you can tweet us, send out your tweet about the showcase or about any teams or players, and just use the hashtag TV1. Ball down now, pinballing back and forth. Hawley over there, Zinn comes up on him right away, and possession will go to Nova Scotia. Visit bellalliant.ca/TV1 for the webcast and TV schedule, as well as on-demand content. You can also get information on live events available only to Bell Alliant Fiber Op customers in Atlantic Canada on Channel 1 and 401. Bell Alliant, there's more to love with Fiber Op. Play in midfield now. Kennedy tried to get it there for Nova Scotia, and it comes to Aquino. Nick Aquino, again looking for Munyon up front, but that was stopped once again, and that's a couple of times now since he checked in that Aquino has grabbed that ball and tried to move it forward to his teammate Tyrone Munyon. We've crossed over now the halfway point of this second half. 1-0, still the score, Newfoundland and Labrador leading. Up ahead there, can Henderson get to it? Comes down, Nova Scotia will control now. It is Munyon. Tried to get it to England. England thought he could step around Ilanda, but Ilanda, and they'll now have the ball, England, right in his face. Ilanda goes through his legs, but it's Aquino who gets there and moves it forward. Lead ball through now, Nova Scotia. Trying to get it in, heading toward the front of the goal was Coleman Hooper. And a shot on goal, and that just went high and wide. Substitution again now. And Kyle Patton coming into the game, and that's going to make his little brother Ethan pretty happy. Ethan is here with his folks, and I had a chance to talk to young Ethan earlier. I'm guessing he's probably about 4 or 5 years old. Showed me a couple of Lego spacemen that he was playing with, and his new stuffy, a dog named Max. And he told me that he's cheering for Red, which of course is Newfoundland and Labrador, and his brother, Kyle Patton. So Patton checks into the game, and brother Ethan, just below our broadcast position here, keeping a close eye on big brother. Chipped forward by Fambula. Back there, Dunphy couldn't control it. Back line, Bennett couldn't corral it. And now Nova Scotia making a run down that far right wing. And Nova Scotia player got knocked down there, so it'll be possession to Nova Scotia. 18 minutes and counting on the clock. Just the one goal scored back in the 21st minute. Griffin Brophy, the goal scorer. Newfoundland and Labrador, the benefactor, and they lead 1-0 here. Long ball in, it's floating up. Trying to get up and get ahead on it was Hooper. Comes down. Kicked forward there by Munyon as he kicked it high. And Newfoundland and Labrador now will have possession once again. Haywood. Nice ball forward. Hawley tried to catch up to it. Comes down to Patton. Patton gets into the middle for Hawley. Hawley tried to take a shot toward goal. Had his foot tied up just at the last minute. And didn't get any kind of pace at all. And the ball rolls calmly into Fells, who throws it up toward midfield. Nova Scotia now looking to make a run down that right side. A couple of players heading in toward the middle, including Harvey and Munyon. Can't get it to them, and it goes out over the end line. And again, we'll have a stoppage here. So Nova Scotia will set up now for a corner kick, and these set plays take on that much more weight when you get down into the last few minutes of a game, especially when you're trailing. These are always dangerous. Corner kick comes in. Curling it toward the middle, trying to get up there to get a foot on it was Sethi. Ball forward. Hawley, can he get to it? Coming way out of the goal. Hawley got a chance. Can he get there? No, it's cleared off the line as Fells came out and made the decision to challenge. He misplayed the ball. Kennedy was there to cover up. And oh, so close, Paul Hawley. I'm sure that net looked absolutely gigantic, as if he had been able to reach the ball, he would have had an open goal, but we stay at 1-0 Newfoundland. Here's Hawley again. Ball back over onto the Newfoundland side of the pitch. Comes down now to Osmond. Osmond gets it forward to Patton. And that ball up high out of play, and will bounce off the running track, and we'll reset things. Newfoundland will throw in now. Over to Elonda. Elonda looks to have some wrapping on that right hand. Not sure if he's got a hand injury there, but certainly looks to have some tape on a couple of fingers on that right hand. Number 9 in burgundy, Feli Elonda. Certainly hasn't hampered his play here today, and here is Elonda now. Nice little pass over for Patton. Patton tries to chip it over, and Henderson tries to go through the legs. Down is Fells, and he's got it. And that all started with Elonda getting that ball over to Patton, who got a shot toward goal. And now we've got a Nova Scotia player down. And is it the keeper, Fells, who came out to grab that ball? Kanan Fells Slow to get up. And now the athletic therapist will come out and have a look and make sure that Kanan Fells is okay. And meanwhile, we've got a substitution here for Newfoundland and Labrador. Mitchell Barry will come into the game, and Paul Hawley will check out. So Fells off that scramble dove and was a little slow to get up. He's being checked on there now. And Hawley looking over and giving the thumbs up, recognition to the crowd. I'm sure he's got family and friends in attendance here. Getting handshakes from the coaches and his teammates. Nice effort from Paul Hawley today. Had that big opportunity moments ago and just wasn't able to corral that ball and take advantage of the open net. Make sure that you join myself and Cyril Lunny as we chat each Monday morning at 8:40 on the Sideline Scoop. Get up to date on Bell Line TV1's local sports coverage with myself and Cyril. That's the Sideline Scoop, Mondays at 8:40 a.m. on CTV Morning Live Atlantic. And I'm sure this Monday morning we'll have some highlights from this particular event. There's been no shortage of great plays to choose from and to show some highlights. So again, make sure you join us at Monday morning at 8:40 a.m. for the Sideline Scoop. Check out our recap of this event. 12:40 to go here in this half. Newfoundland and Labrador continuing to lead by that 1-0 count. In looking for more. Nova Scotia converging. Ball over towards the middle, headed down there. Henderson thought about making a dash in for it. But Fells, who is okay after taking a spill moments ago, back into the play. That's good to see. Ball out toward midfield now. Fambula boots it right back the other way. Trying to track it was Barry. He couldn't get there. Goulding. And the Newfoundland player, I believe it was Goulding, gets spilled down, but he's okay. Quick ball in now, Fambula. Ilonda calling for it, tries to get it to him. A little too far, and Zinn clears it away before Ilonda could run on to that lofting pass from Fambula. You could see Ilonda with the hand up was ready to make that dash down the sideline. Ball down deep into the corner, and it'll be out of play. Just about 11 minutes left in this game. Just a reminder, our next webcast from the U18 Atlantic Showcase will be at approximately 4 p.m. Atlantic time. It'll be the Soccer Nova Scotia rep team taking on the Newfoundland and Labrador U18, and that'll be girls action. Once again, coming your way at approximately 4 p.m. Atlantic time. But still time to go here in this one. Getting things set here now for this free kick. Sethi puts that well forward. Aquino couldn't get a head on it. Down now, Patton was there. Patton comes into Munyon hard, but it's England who charges up and moves it forward, but then Newfoundland sends it right back the other way. Harvey steps around one defender, tried to find Aquino. Ilonda was there to take it away. Odd man rush now. 3 Newfoundland players forward. Here's Fambula. Can he get it over? Fambula takes it in deep and gets challenged there as Zinn comes in, but that was a dangerous rush as you had Barry, Fambula, and Ilonda all barreling in towards that Nova Scotia goal, but a good job by Zinn to get back and to break it up. Corner kick now. Coming here for Newfoundland and Labrador. Lofted high, several players go up, and it gets headed just off to the side, and it'll be a goal kick for Nova Scotia. So we've crossed over to that point of the game. Once you get inside 10 minutes, the clock really seems to go quickly. So if you're Nova Scotia, it's obviously going to go too fast and not fast enough for Newfoundland as they look to hang on here to this 1-0 lead. Here's Munyon down the side. Henderson hinders him, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's that one goal to talk about back in the 21st minute in the first half. Griffin Brophy, will that stand as the winner? Well, we'll find out. Newfoundland and Labrador with the throw in. Yolanda was there. And initially grabbing the back of his leg was Hooper for Nova Scotia, but he was up quickly. Hooper in on top of Hayward, who gets it away quickly. Nova Scotia trying to pressure now. Bringing it right in towards goal. Out front, here's Aquino. He couldn't get a good foot on it there. Aquino was busting in and had the good opportunity, just couldn't get the clean strike away. Over now, it's Harvey. Harvey on the line. Moves it up ahead again. Newfoundland closing in on it there as Goulding and Ethan Allen were both over there. 7:25. And counting. There have been a couple of stoppages for player injuries here in this half, so we might have a couple of minutes of added time put on the clock by our head official, Neil McIntyre. But still a ways to go before we get there. Aquino now. Works it over toward the middle. Sliding tackle taken away. Good effort there, and Newfoundland brings it right back up. Newfoundland and Labrador working along the sideline. Little pass over by Patton as he got it to Henderson, but it comes back to Aquino. Henderson does a nice job of getting on him, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay possession Newfoundland and Labrador. Free kick now coming from Sean Henderson. And meanwhile, going to be a couple of substitutions coming in here shortly for Team Nova Scotia. Ball in, Zinn heads that away, and it goes out of bounds. Newfoundland does gain a little real estate, though, off that last play. Right along the sideline. Nice work there from Barry. Barry tried to work around England, ends up stepping on the ball, and it goes out of bounds. .542 left now on the game clock. Substitutions here. Alarby into the game now for Nova Scotia. And Jack Kennedy out, so 12 in. 2 out, and now another substitution. Enrico Rodriguez back into the game, and Jackson Harvey will take a seat. Rodriguez, 5 in blue, had some good chances in the first half. We'll see now what he can add here to this offensive push for Nova Scotia. Yolanda kicks it off Alarby, goes out of bounds, so we'll throw in, and Newfoundland takes it quickly. Bennett, high into the air. Yolanda climbed the ladder to get ahead on it. Now it's Fambula. Fambula, you could see he was ready to take a shot toward goal. He let it fly, but it was sky high and well wide. Put back in play by Fells. Down along that sideline, Nova Scotia trying to make a run onto it now. A couple of players going toward the front of the goal, but they can't get it to them. 4:15. I'll keep you up to date on the time now as We are getting down to the nitty-gritty of this second half in terms of time left on the clock. Nova Scotia curls it in there, and coming out through a crowd and grabbing onto that was Jack Haywood. So some solid goaltending there as Haywood came into a forest of players and grabbed onto that ball. Trying to get ahead on it there was Barry, and it gave him a little haircut as it whizzed by his head. Ethan Allen on that far side. Rodriguez is there as well, and it goes out of play. .3:18 and counting. Throw in from Newfoundland, headed right back upfield by Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia now, you would think, are going to really try to push the pace offensively and open something up to get a chance on goal here, as they need the equalizer. And there's less than 3 minutes to go now in terms of clock time here. We will still have some added time, I'm sure, but how much that will be yet to be determined. Reese Morgan getting ready to check in for Newfoundland and Labrador here. Play along that sideline, and again, it's kind of ground to a halt here in terms of pace. Over there is Barry, and Barry had it go out of bounds. 2.5 minutes left now. And trying to get the attention of the official to bring in that substitution. So it's going to be Fambula coming out of the game and Reese Morgan checking in. So Coach Jerry O'Brien bringing out the offensively talented Fambula and putting in Reese Morgan here, perhaps for a little more defensive coverage to try and protect that 1-0 lead late in the game. So Fambula out, Morgan in. Morgan getting high fives and handshakes all the way down the line there on the Newfoundland bench. 1:35 left here. Another challenge over on that far sideline, whistled down. Possession stays with Newfoundland. Ball crossed in and headed away there by Hooper. Nova Scotia now needs to have some urgency here. Here's Munyon trying to run onto it, and over comes Haywood and just blasts that ball out of bounds. Inside the final minute here, under 60 seconds on the game clock. And my guess is there'll be 3 minutes of added time. That's my guess right now. Nova Scotia throws it in. Play right back over along that sideline, and it goes out again, and it'll be Nova Scotia with possession once more. .20 seconds on the game clock. We'll be down to added time here shortly. Free kick here from about 18 yards out. Well off to the side, but still dangerous territory, as I'm sure they'll curl this in towards goal. It's up, bodies everywhere. Bunch of players go up for a head, crack on goal there. And mumbled and jumbled by Haywood, but at the end of the day, he hangs on, and well, sometimes I guess right. And I was right in this particular case. It is indeed 3 minutes of added time. Long ball forward, Zinn giving chase. It'll bounce down to Fells, and he'll get it back the other way. So 3 minutes to work with here for Nova Scotia. And that's a fair chunk of time. Just below me, I see Coach Ness Timmons, the current reigning AUS soccer champion on the women's side of the ledger. Here, checking out some of the talent on display at the showcase. Had a chance to chat to Coach Ness Timmons earlier, and he said he's really enjoying himself. He was glad to be able to watch some of our Bell Online TV1 webcast before today, and now he's here watching it live. The 211s, Barry and Zinn. And Zinn watched Barry try to race in. Coming in now, this is Patton. Over in the middle, here's Barry with a shot, and it's blocked out. Great defensive play there by Alex England as he slid over and took away what looked to be a clear open chance for Barry to really put a deadly strike in on goal. We are into added time here. 3 minutes was awarded of added time by the official. Barry trying to dance through everybody, but it's Fenton who comes away and pushes the pace forward for Nova Scotia. Ball through the middle. Nova Scotia couldn't corral it. O'Shea now. Long lead ball that's going to bounce into the keeper. Haywood will hang on to that, and no panic at all. Newfoundland and Labrador fans in attendance here, giving a round of applause as Haywood just calmly takes control of that ball and gets it up ahead there for Patton. Sethi comes in, heads it forward. Patton has it now. He goes up ahead for Barry. Barry tries to find Elonda, and just beyond his reach as Elonda looked to run onto that but couldn't get there in time. And the better chances in extra time have come from Newfoundland and Labrador. But here comes Nova Scotia. Hooper now chasing it down and face to face with Haywood, but Haywood gathers it up and moves it ahead. Here comes Morgan. He checked into the game a few minutes ago. Morgan watches the throw in quickly, and a Nova Scotia player down in behind the play, and the play is going to come to him now. I don't have the number, but here comes Elonda. Quick shot there, he scores! There it is, icing on the cake. Philly Elonda, dangerous and very happy as he puts Newfoundland and Labrador up by 2. So Elonda, all he needs is one chance, and he got his one chance there, and he makes no mistake as Feli Elonda electrifies the Newfoundland and Labrador crowd, scores the goal, and now puts the dagger into the hearts of Nova Scotia in this one. 2-0. Elonda in extra time puts Newfoundland and Labrador up by 2. And I had just finished saying that in added time, it was actually Newfoundland and Labrador who had the better of the chances, and still, that Nova Scotia player, and I can't quite get the number from this angle, but that Nova Scotia player has been down for some time and was actually down prior to Newfoundland making that run, and it's number 6, Alex England, who's played a strong game for Nova Scotia, and I'm sure is very disappointed as he was down and could not get into the play at all. And initially when he went down, the play was up the other end of the field, and as I saw him to my right down, I mentioned that there was a player down behind the play, but then all of a sudden the play came his direction, and Newfoundland and Labrador pushed the ball forward beyond where he was laying injured. And then of course you saw what happened. It was Feli Elonda all alone and not taking much time at all to bust through the middle and take that electrifying strike. So Rodriguez decides to take it in toward goal, and Haywood, like a center fielder, makes the catch. And there can't be much time left now on the referee's watch, perhaps adding a little for that England injury. And with that, Newfoundland and Labrador come pouring off the bench to celebrate a hard-fought 2-0 victory. So Coach Jerry O'Brien will be very happy. Coach Mike Lott, a nice effort from the Nova Scotia side, but at the end of the day, Newfoundland and Labrador goals from Brophy and Elonda come out on top of a 2-0 victory. Well, we'll step aside. Our next game comes your way in about 25 minutes time. Scheduled for 4 o'clock Atlantic, but there may be a little later than that given the length of this one and the teams needing to warm up for our next game. But Our next game comes to you approximately 4 p.m. Atlantic time, and it's going to be girls action. It'll be the Soccer Nova Scotia club team taking on Newfoundland and Labrador U18. Again, girls action coming up shortly. On behalf of Chuck Calder and our Bell Line TV1 crew, I'm Scott Squires. Thanks for watching. Once again, your final score, Newfoundland and Labrador defeating Nova Scotia in boys action by a score of 2-0. We'll step aside and see you in just a little bit.